Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Leo here, and today I got the second video on Trey Hendrickson that we're watching against the Green Bay Packers. I think it was week 5 of this past season. But if you haven't checked out the first video against Minnesota that we did on him, make sure y'all go check that up. Check that out so you can stay up to date with what we're talking about while we're comparing the two games. But without further ado, let's get into the video. First play here, let's check it out. 3rd and 10 early in the ball game. This is him on the right side of the defensive line, his normal spot. And I just want to point out again, I'll let you watch this in full speed really quick. Doesn't get the sack, but we hit on this in the first video. That's what we've seen. So now we're seeing the consistency with it, and that is the get off that he has. I'm going to try to frame by frame this the best I can. So you can see when the ball is snapped. So look at this. You see that movement right when the ball is snapped? Look at him. He literally gets off the ball so fast. And I love it because that makes this tackle right here be like, it puts fear in him because Trey Hendrickson is already a good athlete with, solid acceleration and speed to get around the corner. He has good bend as well. So this tackle is now feeling it in the game that he has to really jump out here early in the game, which is it sets up your inside moves and your counter moves. So Trey Hendrickson has I don't even know if that's coachable. I mean, not all guys are jumping off the ball like he is. So he has like a super natural way of getting off the ball, which is just insane. And we love to see that from our edge guys. Let's just watch it again. Doesn't get the sack, but you see the pressure he gets on Aaron Rodgers. Forces him out the pocket, but the great Aaron Rodgers makes a play here, doesn't he? Slight overthrow, but that's set up by the pressure by Trey Hendrickson on a 3rd down situation. Just watch it one more time. It's literally amazing. Good interior pressure, too, by the rest of the line. Let's get to the next play here. Okay. Let's see what we got. It's another pass rush down. And this is something that we needed to see from him because after watching the Minnesota game, we didn't really see no hand technique out of Trey Hendrickson. I was like, does he have hand moves at all? Because all I'm seeing is, speed and bend around the edge. I mean, and effort. Does he have something to where he could hand fight and use his technical skills? And in this game, I seen it. I seen the potential of it, especially on this play. Watch it again. Look at this. He doesn't even fly up the field. And one, that is because Green Bay did start to chip him here. They started bringing guys outside. Right here, it's a tight end. It kind of just forces him to jump inside. But look at the hands. Swipe down, get around, get the sack. Let's see if we can pull this back some. So right here, this is just perfect hand placement. Both hands. Swipes both hands down. The tackle is out of the play here. He's off balance. He doesn't hold him, so then it's just a sack. Good job turning around the corner. That's great agility. Very good agility right there to be able to turn that corner because a lot of guys, they might get this win here with the hands and then they just don't have the balance and agility to make this tough turn here to get to the quarterback while he steps up. They just kind of fly by. But we see it there. Great sack. Great play. Let's get to the next play. We have another pass rush situation here. Like I said, they were bringing guys out here a lot of the time, whether it be a wide receiver, a tight end, and they also kept it back to his side. This is week 5. We're getting into the meat of the season, so teams are starting to recognize how good of a pass rusher he was. And teams having to play Trey Hendrickson that way, I mean, that goes long ways for other things that you can do on defense, and it limits the offense slightly because they have to always have somebody there. And this isn't Bakhtiari for the Packers. This is their backup, so I guess it was the best thing for them to give him a little bit of help anyways. But on this play, like I said, we see the hands now. I see the hand work. You see they get a light chip there. Good job evading the chip. Even bring the back to his side a little bit. But beautiful work there. I mean, you get in the trenches there. You know, this is a situation where you can't just win off speed and effort, which he was doing. But he just gives a little rock and then punches the hands off of him and gets that rip through. He gets a pressure. Aaron Rodgers gets the balls out, but I mean, he got a pressure. Now, this is another pass rushing play. This was in overtime. The next two plays were in overtime. I think it was back-to-back plays. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So he gets a sack. Let's see, why did he get a sack, though? It kind of looks like they might have. The way the tackle is playing, he's not coming out until like a pass protection set. It looks like he's running like he's just blocking down. But either way, Trey Hendrickson uses his hands again to get the guy off of him, get some separation. And like I said, look at this bend and balance and agility to be able to fight your ways to get the sack. He is a good athlete. And you like, look at this angle. Look at that angle. How do you stay upright and tackle somebody that's 5-6 yards away from you when your body is torqued and angled like that? He does it. It's a great display of balance. This was like the next play. Look, they chip him. And he just comes inside. This is where you see his effort. Aaron Rodgers being great. Making that throw, rolling to the left. Like I said, look, boom, you hit the chip. This is a stunt play as well by the Bengals. Great call. The interior defensive lineman kind of runs and gets guard and tackle both occupied. Guard comes off late, but Trey Hendrickson is just effort. Get there, get there, get there. Wish he had a little bit more closing speed. You know, he doesn't have that Michael Parsons, Devin White, Von Miller like closing speed. Because if this is somebody like Michael Parsons, and Michael Parsons is just out of this world athlete, so I'm not expecting this from Trey Hendrickson. That's a sack. That's a sack. But Trey Hendrickson, that's very solid speed for a defensive end. He definitely, he got a pressure, but Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys where a pressure isn't gonna be an incompletion. It's just a one-of-a-kind throw. But Trey Hendrickson, that's a great work on his part on that play. All right, next play. Let's see what we got. Okay. Maybe I should let y'all watch that in full speed. We'll go ahead and let you guys watch that. This is something else that I don't believe we seen in the Minnesota game was like raw strength from him. He didn't really show any type of ability to move people with his strength. But on this play, yeah. So it's like a dive play almost. Going to the right, and he's on the right side of the defense. So the fact that he made this play is insane already, but look at how he did it. So they bring a wide receiver here to help double with him. So right here, great leverage against the tackle. The initial contact, pad level is low, so he's able to control the tackle here. Tackle doesn't move him, and now you have a wide receiver in front of him. Now, how do you think that's going to end, or how it should end? And Trey Hendrickson did exactly what I expected him to do, being the man that's heavier by 150 pounds here. Maybe not that, maybe just 50, but puts the wide receiver on the floor and gets in on the tackle. But like I said, the leverage here on the initial contact, able to just throw the tackle off of him. The tackle is already looking to get to the second level, so he kind of pays Trey Hendrickson no mind, but he did not affect Trey Hendrickson like he was supposed to, because Trey Hendrickson played with leverage and showed some strength here. Didn't give up any ground, and then you have a wide receiver in front of him. That's not going to be good. It's good to see there. Now this play, last video when we watched Minnesota, we seen Trey Hendrickson making coverage plays in the slot, covering a tight end. Now this is another play where he displays coverage ability as a defensive end. I'm gonna let you guys play it out so you can see what he does here. He's guarding a running back, and he runs step for step on the wheel route. I think I brought it back a little too far back, but he's in a stand-up technique here. He has the running back man-to-man the whole time. But I mean, look at this. The acceleration, you gotta go, you gotta turn and run there. He's step for step. And I believe that is Aaron Jones in the game. It's hard. It is, yeah, 33. Not all defensive ends can do that. I mean, that shows his speed and acceleration and his hip fluidity, because he has to turn and run right here. And I wish he had a chance to. I just want to see his ball skills. That's what I want to see now, because we've seen him in the slot covering and out route on tight end. I see him in good position against a running back on a wheel route. Let me see the ball skills. Somebody throwing the ball. I want to see it. Great play there. That's very impressive. Next play, what we got here, he's still in his natural position at the right defensive end. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the cons of the game. This was this isn't every play, but I did notice, now that I see him getting chipped, sometimes he doesn't react to it the best, and he kind of doesn't have that same motor that he has when he's going one-on-one. And you can see on this play, he gets chipped. First of all, he's very high. He didn't really care to hit this guy. And right here, he's off balance coming into the rush. And he doesn't really play with much effort. That was one thing I noticed when he would get chipped from time to time. We're going to see the consistency as we watch more games. And to all my guys looking to be a scout or player evaluator, whatever, don't just watch 1 to 2 games on a player, because you'd be like, all right, I seen this play right here where Trey Hendrickson, he didn't show good work ethic because he was getting chipped, and he doesn't try as hard when he's being doubled. This is one play. Now, over the course of 5 games, 6 games, 10 games, however many games you want to watch, I want to set a minimum for at least 5. That's what I would say. But if you see that consistent over 5 games, then it is fair to say, okay, I have 5 games of footage to where Trey Hendrickson shows this consistently, versus one time on one play in one game versus the Packers. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that we're going to watch and take note whenever we watch the other games. But it is something that I noticed. This happened time to time. You guys know I'm not going to show every play of the whole game. I'll be here for an hour. He definitely didn't try as hard on that play. Here we are on to the next play. This is back to the hands thing. The Minnesota game, we didn't really see hand work, and when tackles were able to land their hands on him, he really had nothing. He would get controlled. He had no counter moves. Now, early in this Green Bay game, in those first couple pass rush clips I seen the potential. I said, okay, maybe he has some hand work. But this is another instance where I seen, okay, when these tackles are able to get, and this is a second string tackle, y'all. Whenever they're able to land on him clean, like this right here, he didn't win that initial hand war, and he already doesn't have very long arms. He has short arms. He's out of it. The tackle is playing easy patty cake with him. So we're going to keep taking note on that, but we see the effort trying to chase down from behind. Next play here. Okay. This is a toss to the right. I'm gonna let it play out the first time here. This goes into gap containment and awareness. I would say field awareness. Um, they have the wide receiver and the tight end on his side, and these guys are pulling. So there is a lot of action going on here. But if you have a wide receiver blocking you, and you're in perfect position, a wide receiver should never block a defensive end. If you're a defensive end and you get blocked by a wide receiver, you should not be on the field. But he's so wrapped up in this wide receiver right here to where he completely leaves his gap. I mean, he was in perfect position to make this play. He didn't look for the ball. He didn't see the ball. I mean, you're right here, Trey. Just stay. You're getting too wide right here. I know you need to set the edge, but at the same time, you have to hold your gap. You weren't the wide man. And 21, I don't know who this is, but he did a great job shooting this gap to hold that edge and force that cutback. Now, Trey, if you were in that C-like gap, you would have been there to make that play. He just has to get his eyes on the ball right here. But yeah. Another play. Okay, I think. So now we're going back into the coverage. They use him in coverage a lot. We've seen two very impressive plays from him. Now, this was a play I was like, okay, you see his mental processing and field awareness while playing zone. He did a great job playing man-to-man. This is a play where he has to play zone coverage. And this is Davante Adams down here, the best receiver in the league, hands down. What the Bengals do on this play, let me play it back just to make sure I remember. So this is a cover two. The Bengals are playing cover two while playing man-to-man on Davante Adams. It's kind of like a boxing one, playing like basketball terms. But they play cover two, except they have man-to-man on Davante Adams here at the bottom. So Trey Hendrickson's responsibility, if it was pass, he has to come out here to the flat. He has to cover the hook flat. While you have your two deep guys, you have two guys playing hook. You would normally have three guys playing a hook zone in the middle of the field. But with them manning up Davante Adams, that takes up one guy. So you have two middle of the field defenders. This guy is playing the curl flat. Trey has to play the curl flat. And you see on this play, he kind of just wanders into space. Versus if he would have been where he was supposed to be, either it would have been an incompletion or it would have been a short gain because he has to come out here towards the numbers. So that's just a lack of mental processing and field awareness while playing zone. Now, you don't always ask your defensive ends to play zone, but it's something I notice. It's just something I notice. We have to take it into consideration. If we're going to praise him for playing good man coverage against tight end and running backs, I got to knock him for zone coverage. So that's what I've seen here. But that's the end of this game. So like that turns into a really big game. That's the end of this game though. Notes on the Green Bay game here. Let me pull them up. Last game I said he had very good get off, but seeing it now in a second game, I think he has elite get off ability, especially in that first play where he just fired out the ball. He didn't get a sack, but he got a pressure. I seen solid lateral quickness from an athletic standpoint, lateral quickness and bend. He had a solid acceleration and speed while covering that wheel route that he displayed. I seen his hand work finally. Say finally, like I've been watching him for years, but finally seen the hand work, unlike how we did in the first game versus Minnesota, the potential of that. Now I just need to see the consistency. I seen a glimpse of great play strength on the run play where he where the tackle was coming to chip him and get to the second level. He absorbed the contact from the tackle, put the wide receiver on his back, and got in to make the play. Cons from this game to take away: this play right here that we just watched, the awareness while playing zone coverage. He was just out of mind, out of sight. He didn't really know where he was going, I don't think. Also, run plays where he tends to lose sight of the ball in his gap in this game. Now, in the first game, one of the things we took away was how well he played his gap in the run. Versus this game, I was like, okay, I don't really know if he's seeing the ball well while playing the run and if he's staying in his gaps. But that's why we have, instead of watching 1 to 2 games, I'm going to watch 5 games to bring it all together and see how he plays. Because this is just one game at the end of the day. Other than that, though, I mean, Trey Hendrickson, he put together another good game, especially from a pass rush standpoint. He was effective. He played great in overtime in this game. Unfortunately, they lost. But I think that's going to do it for this video. Next game is week 11 at the Las Vegas Raiders. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subbing to me. Turn in the post notifications on so you know when I drop. Like the videos. Comment players you want to see. Comment tips for me because this is a new thing for me. You know, this is my second video I ever done. I do feel a lot more confident on the mic. But that's going to do it though. Thank you guys for watching, especially if you watched the whole video. Thank you for clicking on the video if you clicked on the video. This is also gonna go on TikTok. Make sure y'all is it subscribe or follow? I think it's follow. Follow my TikTok because we're gonna be posting videos on there as well. But all love, peace.